Hi, and welcome to Australian Gamers Friday Night Podcast. I'm Matt.
And I'm Yug.
Tonight we're going to be talking about EB Australia and Microsoft having an epic battle.
New PlayStation 3 bundle rumour.
Blizzard made some money.
And Star Wars Force Unleashed on the Wii.
That was way over dramatic.
The way I was trying to phrase it was Star Wars Force is unleashed
on
the
the
Wii.
Wii. So you've like broken up the Star
yeah,
Wars
even though
Force, and you've gone for like Unleashed on the Wii.
Yeah.
No, I like that. That's good.
Even though it's entirely inaccurate.
Entirely
Me no speaky too goody. Hello everyone, and yes, thank you for joining us. I just want to sound like a game show host, like Guy Smiley.
Guy Smiley.
Yug Smiley. That's me, because I smile.
And because your name's Guy. Oh
true.
My God. Anyway, yeah. So which one were we going to start with, or are we going to just launch into something totally unrelated?
Super Smash Brothers is rumored. No, Smash Brothers Brawl. It's coming out rumored to be coming out in June.
We didn't talk about this earlier. We didn't list this in the things we were going to talk about.
I know, but yes. you said, did you want to talk about something that was
interested in talking about it. Now, the last I heard...
I forced your hand to talk about and to...
My hand doesn't talk.
Okay.
My lips talk, and you did not force my lips.
It does if you...
Because that's a gross image.
So that the hand...
Don't do gestures on a podcast.
You know how you can make it...
Don't do puppets on a podcast.
You can make...
Never do puppets on a podcast ever again.
Shh. Me talkie. You can actually make the hand into a puppet, like with the mouth, and you can draw eyes onto it.
Yeah, I know.
Yep. So I can make your hand talk.
That's kind of my favourite sexual practice.
It's
like a blowjob.
That's all you get. You put two eyes on your hand.
2 eyes on hand.
It reminds me of that. Have you seen he died with a falafel in his hand?
Yes.
Yeah, and the story is about, yeah. So you put a wig on your hand and...
Yeah. Anyway, rumours are that it's coming out in June. This is quite interesting because the last I heard, and this is on checking with retailers, was they were saying August was the date they had.
Is this June in Australia?
This is June in Australia. Now, it's out in Japan. It's like just come out in Japan. It doesn't surprise
me, but fair enough. Okay.
And it's coming in March in the United States. Now, somehow the localization for this game is the biggest localization ever to occur in the history of the world. And getting it into PAL-ness is going to take 6 months. So
I see. I'm not surprised by you're not surprised by this, though.
I'm offended, but I'm not surprised.
Yeah, we're always offended. But same with Metroid, same with Mario Galaxy. No, Mario Galaxy was a worldwide release.
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it's
I can't
just
remember.
Nintendo do so much right, and they do so much that's good. Why do they do this so badly? Why are they so bad at bringing out games?
Because they are so... Nintendo Australia are so under the thumb
I don't
Nintendo
care.
Japan.
Then why are Nintendo Japan so bad at releasing games
here? Because Australia counts for like 0.1% of their Nintendo
The UK
market.
doesn't. They get it the same time as us.
What? Okay.
The UK is still something like 15%.
But the UK is so far away from Japan.
It's actually not that far.
You have to fly.
You have to fly everywhere.
They only care about Japan.
And the US.
Well, they give it to the US because they're afraid they'll invade.
How is that?
Well, because if they don't get the Nintendo games in time, the US will attack.
They do have guns.
That's right.
They do have a lot of guns, and they're known for being quite crazy.
Exactly.
So
they might
probably
just
best
invade.
To pacify
they
them.
Might say, that's it, we really want to get our copies of Smash Brothers Brawl. Let's say that Japan has lots of oil.
And is oppressive regime that we have to step in and stop. There's got to be a justification for the oil. Actually, if the oil was if they said that there was an oppressive regime so they could go in and take the oil, but it was actually a cover for getting games, that would be kind of cool. Maybe that's what happened in Iraq. Maybe Iraq actually had really good games.
I'm just impressed you're following me with this. I would have expected you to shoot me down.
I saw no reason to. You were stupid and you were an embarrassment to yourself, but not to me. So I figured I'd let it go.
But you just took yourself down to my level.
It seemed interesting down there. I wanted to see what it was like.
It's not bad.
No, it's good down there. I like it.
Weather's great. Let's talk about some actual topics.
Let's talk about the fact that Yug is slurring substantially.
Oh, it's not true-ish.
Okay. Yes, so moving on now.
Yes.
What were we talking about?
Japan.
No. What were we going to talk about now that we've realised that was stupid?
Yep.
Force Unleashed on Wii, did we actually talk about that?
Yeah,
or was there more
talk
to
about that? Because I might lose it towards the end of this podcast.
Oh, really?
I wanted to talk about the Force Unleashed.
Oh, dear God.
Because it's a Star Wars game, right? But it's the PlayStation 2 and PSP versions are made by Chrome in Brisbane, and the Wii version is made by Chrome in Melbourne. Which, just useless bit of trivia, but it interests me, used to be Melbourne House, Atari Melbourne House.
Yep.
Which has an epic history in Australia's software development. But anyway, it's interesting to us because the first thing anyone ever thought of when they saw the Wii controller was that would make an awesome lightsaber.
Yeah, and now there's the potential for that.
Well, sort of. I was reading an article, actually,
Okay.
it was linked on Samir. I can't remember where the actual article was from, but they were saying that you can't, the Wii controller actually can't be mapped one for one like an actual lightsaber
Oh, really?
controller.
Why not?
It just can't be. It physically can't be done because you have to be pointing it at the screen for it to register anything.
I see. Yeah, that's true. So in actual fact, when you do games where you like have to lift it up straight, it's probably just registering that it's not registering. I
don't totally know. All I know is that, hold on, because I might be talking out of my ass. I'm not though, but
it's definitely
it's not mapping. They say it's not mapping one for one with the lightsaber. It isn't possible on the Wii, but it provides a directional gesture recognition for the lightsaber and force movements, which isn't quite as cool as like holding the Wii controller and going, yay,
being a sword. Yeah.
In other words, if you are holding the Wii and you swing it this way, your character on the screen is not going to swing it in the exact same motion that you just did. It's never going to work that way, and I think that sucks.
Yeah, it does.
The other thing, and this was what really interested me, was because the Force Unleashed is a multi-console game, right? It's being made 360, PS3, all of them, right? So I was really dubious about how the Wii version would actually have any interactivity whatsoever. Anna reviewed the Lego Star Wars, which I know is not quite the same, but it had a Wii version and it said, yes, Wii control with the... And it was hardly anything. Like, it was just tacked on.
Yeah, like a lot of...
But apparently there's going to be extra content, extra levels to do with the Wii version. They're really actually putting a lot of effort into it.
Okay, fair enough. That'll be very interesting to see.
Yeah. I just thought that was kind of cool. So, and stuff.
It might make up for it looking like balls on the Wii.
Yeah, well, not much.
By comparison to the PS3 and the Xbox 360, it can't look amazing.
That's true, but you know what? I'm still, every time I play it, I'm still impressed by Mario Galaxy's graphics.
Whatever, fair enough. I can't argue that.
I know you can't, because you haven't played it. Ha!
Whatever.
Zing.
We're not starting the zing again, are we?
Zing!
No. Alright.
Sorry. Yes. So anyway, that's the Force Unleashed. I just think that's cool stuff. That kind of stuff interests me a bit, and it should interest you, because it's Star Wars, and it's a Nintendo, and it's a lightsaber. On the Wii.
Yeah, EB Australia and Microsoft are currently engaged in an epic battle.
Well, okay, I may have just written epic. Epic may be a bit too much.
No, I like epic.
You can't really have anything epic in Australia.
Yes, you can.
What?
The Epic of Gilgamesh.
Well, who's Gilgamesh?
A Babylonian dude.
What's that have to do with Australia?
Relatively little in hindsight.
Okay. Fantastic input there. Yeah, EB Australia. Now, I highly recommend everyone actually look at Phil's last couple of posts on the front of the site, because
they're all about this and want to tell actual information.
He's given
unlike the twaddle we're going to go on with.
Yeah, exactly. Although he does twaddle, but he bases it in fact, and he comes across as really angry all the time.
Yeah, he's an angry man.
He is.
He's an angry man.
He's just... I don't know, just...
He's been hurt.
But he's kind of...
I reckon he's been hurt.
If anyone actually meets Phil, he's a cool guy. He's a really nice guy. But everything he says on the forums on the site is just laced with anger. It's just dripping with, like, I want to rip your throat out because...
No, you're overstating it.
No,
I'd say,
not.
No.
It's totally true.
If anything, he's maybe a bit darkly satirical, but I wouldn't go with venomous anger.
No, he wants to actually eat your unborn children.
He likes me. He's not going to eat my unborn children. No. Also, I don't actually have unborn children.
How do you know? You don't know.
I don't know. With the number of women I've been with, there could be like thousands of them.
Thousands of little Matts running around.
Mats. I could be
everywhere.
building an army.
That's frightening.
Yes, as is the thought of me being with women.
Yeah, it's right up there as well. But you do have a child, so you must have had sex at least once.
I don't think I did. I'd remember that. Anyway, EB Australia.
Yeah, look,
we haven't actually talked about that yet.
It's been talked about a bit lately because EB had some sort of warranty procedure or some sort of thing that they offered when they sold Xbox 360s saying, we will replace it.
Yep.
So
extended warranty.
Yeah, extended warranty. So it was outside the scope of Microsoft's warranty or anything like that. So they'd just been taking people's 360s and replacing them with new ones, giving them new ones, which is fair enough. But apparently, when they went to give these broken 360s to Microsoft said, we don't want them.
Nice.
We don't have to take them. And there was a rumour, I think Kotaku actually broke the rumour that EB had lost a little bit of money on this particular enterprise. To which the EB Australia guy, I don't know his name, and he may have been, I don't know. Anyway, they came out and said that's rubbish. That's 99% fabrication or something like that.
Right.
And Phil latched onto, but there's 1%.
Right.
They might turn around and say, well, we only said 99%. But anyway, the point is that I don't even know what the point is, to be honest.
Yeah, this is a boring story and it's not going anywhere.
It had potential, but then it kind of just fizzled out.
The problem, as far as I can see it, is the fact that EB have a policy where you can buy an extended warranty that means they'll cover the warranty when it's outside of warranty, and that's a fair enough concept for them in a money-making term. But only if the amount that need the warranty is less than the amount that don't. Do you know what I mean? And that seems to be the problem. The failure rate on them has been so high that their extended warranty profits don't cover the cost.
I think, well, you know what interests me the most about this story, and in the couple of places that I've read and I've checked the forums as well, is the amount of hate, EB hate, that is amongst actual gamers.
Yeah, a lot of people hate EB. I've never really understood why. I actually quite like them.
I have nothing against it. Yes, their prices are usually higher than your average
They're a little bit more expensive. No, but their prices are a little bit higher than a department store.
Department store or like your JBs or stuff like that.
Yeah, true.
Fair enough.
But that's how things work. Anything. It's the same with anything. Go into a music store, their prices are higher than Target. You know, go into a DVD shop, the prices are...
EB is a specialty store. It's made for games. And more importantly, we're all hardcore gamers. We know everything there is to know about games. When we walk into EB, we know exactly what we want. Yeah. We don't need the help of the guy behind the counter. But those people that work at EB are usually fairly knowledgeable about games. Whereas the guy at Maya in charge of the gaming department will probably not really know the difference between PlayStation 3 and PlayStation 2 games. Yeah,
the guy at... I remember the guy at Big W when we bought Burning Crusade expansion pack the day it came out. He had to ask what it was.
Oh.
Like, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's... Yeah.
It's like, what's that? What's Burning Crusade? I'm like, the expansion for World of Warcraft.
That might be in the barbecue department. Or I don't know, like, you know.
What's World of Warcraft, he said. And anyway... Speaking of World of Warcraft, do you like that?
No, but go on.
But were you done with that? Was there more to the EB thing?
No,
so am I allowed to have my little stupid segue?
Yeah, go on. Cool. You know, just talk. I'm just going to load something else quickly. So you talk about World of Warcraft.
All right, World of Warcraft has made a lot of money, basically. That's pretty much the end of the story. Blizzard have announced
not just a little money, though.
Blizzard have announced their profits. Actually, was it profits or was it... earnings revenues. I don't know how that compares to profits by comparison
to looting. They looted how much?
$1.2 billion.
Put your pinky finger in your mouth as you say this.
Yes, $1.2 billion. I'm not actually doing it, by the way. But yeah, $1.2 million.
Just
that's
to give you some frame of reference, I think that's around about how much, we talked about this last week, how much Australian gamers actually spent on video games in Australia last year.
So that's about the same as our gaming industry in total.
Crazy. And Blizzard really have no excuse then for
anything
for
anymore. Not buying small countries.
Small countries?
Large countries.
True.
So yeah, that's in 2007 alone. So that doesn't take into account the fact that they're still making that.
Yep.
And may well make more money or as much money.
Well,
this
they got
year.
heaps more expansions coming out as well.
Yeah, and they've got
the concept of how long it now takes to install World of Warcraft from scratch scares me. Frightens me. It's just nuts.
It's actually not too bad if.
Yeah.
It's actually not too bad if you happen to get it on a time when it's just had a relatively major update, because you don't have to get all the ones in the meantime, all the updates in the meantime. Like if it's up to 1 point,
But that update is still a big update. Like that's a big file.
There's some big stuff. I'd be tempted to get the battle chest just on the basis that it's on DVD. Seriously, like if I start playing it again, which I'm not sure if I will or not, but I will probably look at getting the battle chest just because I'm not quite sure where my discs are. And I'm not sure I want to spend the 4 days it takes to install the goddamn thing.
Chest.
What?
Anyway, the next topic that we're going to talk about is a rumour.
You're just looking at me like...
I was kind of hoping that you'd then,
step in with, there's been a rumour that...
Be all positive and
I thought
supportive.
You were going somewhere. I didn't realise I had...
See, I don't know anything about this.
Because you started looking... Alright, there's a rumour of a new PS3 bundle coming out.
Which, I mean, seriously, overdue.
Yeah,
honestly.
Long overdue, because we missed the last bundle, which was...
we didn't just miss the last bundle. We got shafted totally with the... We got the bundle that no one else in the world got.
We've pretty much been shafted. If it says PS3, the only thing that's come extra with it has been a cock. Really. And you know where that's got to go. That's pretty much the policy that Sony have with regards to Australia.
Yep.
Are we going to have to bleep that out? Or is cock allowed?
No,
awesome.
Cock is allowed.
I was referring to a rooster.
Cock. Yes, that's right.
Yes, so...
I always did find the phrase cock-a-doodle-doo. Now, when you're a kid, you say that and you don't think twice about it. But think about that. That's a penis reference twice in one phrase.
Different penis references.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's not okay.
It's not. You've got school kids saying this kind of thing. Like in primary school.
I still laugh at the word titmouse. And mastication to me is a hilarious word.
What? What?
What? What are you whatting about?
I've never heard either of those two words in my life.
Titmouse, it's like a little mouse. It's not a very common word, but it's still funny. Because I think they live in tits.
What? Hold on, what's the other one?
Mastication.
What the hell is that?
Chewing. Chewing is mastication. But it doesn't sound like it.
No, it doesn't.
And another one that I love is pedagogue. You can call someone a pedagogue and they get quite offended, but it actually means teacher. So if you call your teacher a pedagogue, they get cranky. There was actually a case in the UK where someone had graffiti scrawled on their door saying pedo because some loser couldn't tell the difference between a pedophile and a paediatrician, and they assumed that a paediatrician was a bad man. How weird is that?
That's stupid. I mean, even for me, sort of thing, like that's just retarded.
Yeah. Even at your level, you would be above that. That's
scary.
Would. But yeah, anyway, so that's unrelated. But I just thought I'd mention it.
So, okay, what is the rumoured new bundle?
The rumoured new bundle is that it'll come with an extra controller, so it's 2 controllers and the
wireless.
Actual...
Yeah, both. Of course, they're wireless. Yeah.
Yeah. Whether it'll come with the actual proper vibrating 6-axis, I'm not sure.
That's a good question. If both the controllers are vibration friendly. No, vibration controllers. 6-axis. I don't know. Oops.
I don't know where you're going with that, but yeah, they've launched it in the UK, and it's basically 2 brand new first-party titles for the price of 1.
So this is launched in the UK?
Yeah, this is in the UK, and we'll probably get the same thing, or we won't.
So how big's the hard drive?
The hard drive is the 40 gig one. The 40 gig one is all that there is
these days. Ever.
That's all we'll ever get in Australia, at least for quite a while. But yeah, the choice of a first-party title. Yeah, there's a few bundles. There's a few bundles that are coming out from individual retailers, so it's a little hard to tell what's official and what's not.
First-party title. You know what? I actually genuinely think that there are some good ones.
Yeah, well, Ratchet and Clank is one of the ones being offered.
Uncharted, so I think, is that a...
Ratchet, no, I don't believe that's one of them, but Ratchet and Clank is, and so is Heavenly Sword, and those two are both pretty good.
Uncharted is as well. It is.
Where?
I'm right.
Yes, you're right. You are
right.
And
I would, I've heard nothing but praise for that game.
Yeah. So if you can pick that up,
that's good because frankly,
and that's $7.88, and you can get that with Ratchet and Clank and Uncharted. So that's actually not too bad.
That's good. That's heaps better than like MotorStorm and Resistance sort of thing. You know, it's just they're just kind of games that everyone was like, oh, that's some nice first-party games that I suppose have to be bundled in, but. Yeah, those Uncharted and Ratchet and Clank are good games that I want to play, and it pisses me off that I can't.
So anything that makes the PlayStation 3 better value in Australia, we have to support 100%.
Yeah.
I'm never generally a big fan of bundles because I prefer to pay less for the base unit.
Yeah.
Than get the game at a discount. That's just my preference. But I still do see the value in value. So. Yeah. If you are in the market for a PlayStation 3, don't buy one. Wait for a week or two, a couple of weeks, and see if there's any.
Are you?
As soon as possible. I'm waiting to get some money off you and.
That's right.
And from a few other places, I'm basically selling a kidney. I really want a PlayStation 3 because I want Little Big Planet and I want Home.
I really want you to get a PlayStation 3 as well, so you can start reviewing games.
Yeah, I need
apart
to do
from
that.
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Which I haven't even reviewed. Which you don't even review anyway.
So hopefully I'll get one soon.
Cool.
Because unlike people might think that because we're amazing and famous and influential that we get given hardware, but we just don't. We buy our own.
We do buy our own hardware. I think we've never really pushed to actually get given hardware or to try.
Actually, we did with the PlayStation 3. And
the only reason we pushed to get given a PlayStation 3 was because Sony actually did an article with the Sydney Morning Herald saying we actually have given out,
made them available to people like Australian Gamer,
influential people like the Australian Gamer team, and we're like, really?
Well, can we actually have one then?
Yeah.
Yes. So
what?
On the document, so it's open. No, that's it. We're out of topics.
We're out of topics. Now we can just have a chat.
No,
How are you, Matt?
I'm good. Actually, I'm kind of sore. Do you know why?
You went to the gym.
I went to the gym today.
Yeah.
I got a gym membership the other day, and I went to the gym for the first time today. And I was so bad. Hey, I was going on the...
Just curious, do you know if anyone from your work actually listens to this podcast?
I don't. Why?
As in, are you going to say that...
I don't know.
So they might?
They might.
Okay, then I won't say anything.
Yeah, no, fair enough. But yes, I went to the gym and I did a lot of exercise, and there were a couple of machines that I followed a girl on the machines, and I had to lower the weights. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
That's brilliant.
But what I found really interesting, there's a new bottle shop that's opened in the Valley. Have you seen it? Have you walked past it? I walked past it on the way to the gym today, and I was quite amused by the fact that they have a Woodstock campaign. They have this Woodstock prize. We're actually drinking Woodstocks now, so support Woodstock. I don't know.
I'm not drinking. I don't know what you're talking about.
Whatever. Anyway, what I found really interesting was that the prize is like a set of boxing gloves and a boxing bag. Is that really the sort of thing...
Sweet!
Is that really the sort of thing they want to drink Woodstock and fight?
Hell yeah!
So I thought that was fun. I love that particular bottle shop because if you know the area at all, and I'm speaking to other people...
sorry, is this the Brunswick Street station?
Yeah, this is the Brunswick Street train station.
Valley. Yeah, okay, yep.
And considering the area, it has the widest selection of goon I've ever seen in a bottle shop. It's got a wall of goon, a Warlow goon, and I find that disturbing.
No
one should have a range of goon. There shouldn't be different goons. There should be like red and white. Is there even red? I thought it was all white.
I don't know, to be honest.
Whatever. But yeah, so I find that quite a disturbing place.
But entirely appropriate at the same time.
Oh yeah, way too appropriate.
Yeah. That's lovely.
It is lovely. How have you been?
I've been super. I have a job
Yes.
Now, working for the Queensland government.
Doing what?
Doing websites for distance education.
Okay.
But it's good. It's like only 4 hours a day.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
4 hours a day.
barely a job.
4 hours a day, 4 days a week.
That's actually pretty good because it gives you plenty of time to do like Australian Gamer stuff and other stuff.
Well, that's exactly right. Like, actually, I've been doing a heap of filming at all. Sorry, that's my phone that keeps beeping.
Yes, that you didn't put on silent?
I didn't think about it.
I like that that's actually an excuse. In your head, that's actually justification. I didn't have to because I didn't think about it.
But no, I've been doing heaps of filming at local game developers because they're putting together a video to show over at GDC of Queensland game developers. So
when is that? When is GDC?
I think it's mid-February, actually. I think,
oh, okay. Is it
just
that late? I
end
actually
of
thought
February
it was around
sort of thing.
now.
It's getting close.
It's getting close.
And
close enough that you need to do some video.
I'm pretty much spending all day tomorrow just editing and cutting together these videos.
Yeah.
And that's not paid work. That's literally just because, I actually just like the idea of supporting and helping the industry.
Yeah.
And we're actually supporting the expatriates meetup over there.
Yeah,
which
we're
is great.
sponsoring it, which is cool.
But yeah, apart from that, I'm going to Melbourne next week.
When you hear us say we're sponsoring stuff, don't get the wrong idea. Some people think when we sponsor stuff, we actually pay money. This is not true. We don't have any money. People occasionally contact us and say, sponsor our team. And we say, with what?
Yeah,
sponsorship in our case just means putting our logo on anything that stands still long enough, basically.
Yeah. If given half the chance.
If given half the chance, yeah. So.
You know what else I did? I bought a T-shirt of the Australian Gamer Cafe press store.
Oh, we were going to both do that. No, we were going to package them together so the shipping would be cheaper.
Well, I'll buy it now because it's on hold or sort of thing. I haven't put the final details in sort of thing. So I'll add yours on as well.
Yeah. Cool.
And we can be the first and probably only
people to buy stuff from the Australian Gamer.
So
we need to get more designs on there.
I know. I'm going all those quotes from the forum sort of thing. The ideas to go into the logo. Yeah. I want to grab a couple of them that aren't obviously ripped off from other sites or existing comments and put them on sort of thing. I reckon they'd be cool.
All right.
So maybe we should get actually people to vote what would be cool shirt slogans.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. Put it on.
Because frankly, I don't particularly want to spend the time designing the awesome shirts if no one's going to buy them.
I'm okay with you doing that.
I know you are. What? No.
What?
No.
All right. What's the time?
Look, the last thing I would just quickly like to do, because we got a bit of time, there's a couple of questions in the forum. Hey, might I just add, actually, I am really, really, really proud of how our forums are going at the moment.
Yeah, it's sparked up very quickly. Anyone who listens, sorry, I just want to cut in quickly and say there's a few people who haven't been able to log in to the new forums. A couple of people's profiles, including my own, have been corrupted. So if you are one of them, send an email to Matt at Australian Gamer, and I'll have to delete your profile and re-add you.
We'll basically set it up again and help you out with that. But I'm just really happy. I think having the ball pit really it just means that Fleek and J1N and Joby basically just they have their own little place. Yeah, you know,
it's like
that's good.
It's like you don't. When you have a school, you don't put the Down syndrome kids in with the normal kids. It's just not fair. You need to give them somewhere of their own. And it's very much like that.
Right, yeah. It's the same sort of concept.
Yeah.
But, yes. We didn't actually put these, scroll through these before, so we're just...
the question is, one question we've got from Fleek is how many times can you say Fleek in a podcast? That's 3.
There we go. Okay, 3. What curse words can you say on the podcast, and how many times can you say them?
Yeah, we try not to because we're supposed to not swear.
We're supposed to not swear
according
because,
to
according to iTunes sort of thing. And we did go through a phase where I did go back through the podcast and bleep stuff out, but I just can't be bothered.
Yeah,
and because I can't be bothered, we try not to swear.
Yeah, exactly. It's easier. Because anything that makes us have to go back over it and edit stuff makes it slower to get up.
But cock is okay.
Cock is okay.
Yes.
We're pro cock here.
Can we bring back the drunk yug?
Yeah, apparently we can, yes.
Yes.
We'll post bottle of Jack Daniels if needed. No, Jack Daniels is not the drink of choice. Jim Beam is the preference.
No, actually.
Really?
You know what? I'm off bourbon and coke. It's been bothering me for a long time. I actually don't like it that much. I don't like to drink a lot of it. So I went to the Bowery tonight.
Yeah.
And this is why I'm a little bit slurry.
A little
and
bit.
I've found myself a new drink.
What's that?
Scotch and soda.
Interesting.
Really, really nice. It's not as sweet, and I really
like
want
the
to try and. I always have, but anyway, Scotch and soda. So, bottle of Scotch would be great. V. James, Neo Saturday. Laughing Man, based on your likeness of games. Oh, okay.
Which of these two would you prefer, Lost Odyssey or Devil May Cry 4? Lost Odyssey looks interesting. Moving on.
Okay. Why Yug and not Guy?
It's a nickname.
It's a nickname, dude. I got this nickname when I was in high school, and it just stuck, and it sounds more interesting than Guy.
Yeah, it's a nickname.
Right.
That's just
who's better in bed? Me.
Actually, no. I want to go back on that one. Yug is better because I'm just so out of practice. I can have sex for like a minute and a half before I just collapse in a heap.
But oh, what a minute and a half.
For me, yes.
Can people actually ask questions that have to do with games or the podcast, or are all girls buying pink PlayStations and playing SingStar, or buying pink DSs and playing Nintendogs? Yes.
Women don't play real games; they only play little stupid games.
Which time period, settings, or places in video games would you like to see more of?
Yeah, actually, different things. Anything other than World War II.
Tiamat, by the way. Yeah,
Tiamat. Anything other than World War II. You know what? You know the setting that I've liked the most in a game recently? Assassin's Creed. You don't see a lot of games set in the sort of Middle Ages in
that's true.
In the Middle East. So it's good to have at least something different. Variety. Anything, just variety. Anything that isn't a stereotypical setting.
The one that's interested me the most these days, I'm not just saying this because the thing just went up on the site, but
okay.
Fuzzy Eyes, their game Edge of Twilight, is a steampunk game.
And a setting you don't really see a lot of.
Not anymore. You did ages ago, back in the old
the only one I can think of is not that Robots. What's that American McGee game that follows? Scraplands?
Scraplands.
That had an almost steampunk feel to me.
Actually, there was
a bit futuristic for steampunk.
Anachronics. I think that was one. Whatever. There was one a while ago, and that was very steampunk. But it's just you don't see that very much, and that's awesome. Such an awesome concept and awesome.
I have a fondness for film noir cyberpunk as well.
Yeah.
So I quite like a good bit of cyberpunk. I still have very fond memories of Shadowrun.
I'm going to be very, very interested to see the Sin City game when it comes out, to be honest.
Yes, I will be interested to see that.
So you said film noir sort of thing. That kind of thing actually.
And when you were saying that, I was actually just reminded myself. When I say Shadowrun, I don't mean the recent one. I mean the one that came out about 10 years ago. There was a really old one.
Yep. No, I know it.
Point and click type deal. Do you know? Speaking of that, if there's any genre that I think we need back, it's goddamn point and click graphic adventures. I love those things.
Yeah, but it's just not popular with the
kids,
gamers,
the kiddies anymore.
Look,
stuff like Grim Fandango, man. I mean, great games.
Did you play it?
Nope.
There we go.
But I've heard it's a great game.
I played it and finished it.
Was it a great game?
It was an awesome game.
Then I was right. So why are you giving me so much crap?
But I just don't think point and click really does it anymore.
No, I think you're right. I mean, sadly. But I have such fond memories of those King's Quests and all those kind of games.
Don't we all? But games don't need to be point and click anymore. I mean, you look at the Sam & Max games. They're not point and click. They're adventure games sort of thing.
Yeah, but...
Games with adventure... Look, point and click adventure games have been completely taken over by the RPGs.
I guess, whatever.
So, and, blah. Someone
wants to send us alcohol.
Can you pretty please at any point soon get at least a small podcast segment featuring Brett? Dude,
no, how? He's in Perth.
Dude, there is a podcast that we had Brett when we were in Perth for Go 3. So go back through the archives and check it out and listen to it, because Brett is not what you think he is in real life.
It's a strange thing to say.
It's a strange way to phrase it.
Yeah, it is a strange way to phrase it.
I didn't mean to phrase it like that, but he's... that's it.
He's not what he seems.
That's all we got. That's the end of the podcast questions, and I believe this
the end of the podcast as well.
End of the podcast itself.
Yeah, we've run overtime because we were under time, so we figured we'd better push it to go overtime.
Now, we haven't really discussed this, but I'm going to be in Melbourne next week, and you're not. So we're not sure. We're not totally sure what's going to happen. If there might be a podcast, there might not. But if there isn't, don't worry. We'll be back next week unless I die.
Yeah, which fingers crossed. I'll let you pick which one you're crossing your fingers for. There's two possibilities really. One is that we don't do a podcast. The other is that three. One is that we don't do a podcast. The other is that Yug does a podcast with somebody other than me. The other is that I do a podcast with someone other than Yug.
Actually, no.
Probably leaning more towards the Yug with someone else, because we could get someone like Samo on.
Yeah, there's a couple of
who
people
hasn't
down
been
in
on
Melbourne that we could get on. But I mean, look, if anyone has any particular preferences as to which way they'd like that to go,
yeah, which I can pretty much guess is get rid of Matt.
Who would you prefer?
No,
would you prefer Matt or would you prefer me?
I'm pro Yug doing it because I think we all know that if I did it, it'd be spectacularly boring.
Boring.
Jack Thompson. That doesn't count because I didn't actually talk about him.
Oh, dude.
No.
No. You've used up a Jack.
I can't. If I'm going to use up a Jack for that, I'm going to use it. And I'm going to say that if anyone's been keeping watch on the Mass Effect controversy on Fox News and so on, Jack Thompson's actually stood up in support of Mass Effect.
I saw that, yep.
That's quite bizarre. Kotaku were talking to him.
I don't think he's supporting.
He basically said, "What a bunch of crap! What a meaningless controversy based on absolutely nothing." And I'm like, "Is the pot calling the kettle black just a wee bit?"
Cool. See that? That's your one Jack. You've used up your Jack in January. Do you have any idea how much other crap Jack Thompson?
I still have two. I still have another one, don't I?
Yeah, you got one left.
I got one Jack left.
Yes.
This is crap. That was a joke. It was like a little joke. I did not intend to use up a Jack.
This is not a joker. This is a Jack. Okay?
I get it.
Down. Gone.
All right, well, we've done the podcast now, and we're running overtime
as
usual.
Finished.
No, not finished, because I've still got another one.
Okay, one more. Let's just hope that Jack Thompson only does one crazy thing this year. Yeah, that's going to happen. I'm sure he won't do any more than one.
I thought it was for the month.
This is brilliant. I love it.
Anyway.
Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. And if you're in Melbourne, I will see you next week.
Unless you don't go to the meet.
Unless
He's
you
not
don't
going to
go
drop
to the meet.
round.
I will. Send me your home address, and I'll drop round at 3 a.m. in the morning with half a bottle of tequila and an empty packet of cigarettes.
Saying, do you have any cigarettes?
Yes. And do you have any cigarettes? Can I crash here?
Awesome.
So, yeah. Cool. All right. We'll talk to you soon. I would actually drop round to feet. I would. If someone actually gave me their home address, I would, because I'm pretty much the entire time I'm going down to Melbourne, I'm actually going to
I like the way you focused all your slurring into 3 words. It was like totally coherent, and then and then I went down to Melbourne.
Actually, honestly, it's just
those words when I've had
when I've had a bit to drink. I can actually tell I'm actually conscious of my talking, and then the way I'm thinking about what I'm talking, and it all just sort of it's like a frame rate skip.
Oh my
sort
God!
Of thing.
You're
you know what I mean?
As me. Yes, I do know what you mean.
Yeah. Okay. But But anyway, I would. I swear to God, I will.
I know you.
If anyone give me your home address, I'll be there. I will turn up and I will abuse your parents.
Why are you assuming that? I was going to say, why are you assuming that all of our listeners have parents? But of course they do. But they're not necessarily there. I mean, a lot of our listeners are over the age of 18 and don't live at home.
Well, then you know what? Send me your parents' address.
Or if you've got a hot girlfriend, you can come around and, I
already have a girlfriend. Why would I do that? Now you're just being stupid.
Oh, now?
Yeah. All right.
That nonsense went on for way too long.
I'll see you all soon.
I won't.